Good morning again, or good afternoon, good evening again. Back on Neokyo this morning, checking off a few more route badges. But something else I'm looking into today, well, two things. First of all, I have the Elite Rizer on. I want to know how well the steering goes, which has just turned itself off on this course. Because this course winds around and winds around, I'm going to see how well this connection... it actually says connection failure. That's very interesting. Just as I've started streaming. And frame rate. So I have the frame rates in the top left-hand corner. People are saying that their frame rates are quite low for this. So I have frame rates showing top left. This is an RTX 2060 graphics card from NVIDIA. The VSync is turned on, so it will be limited to 60 frames per second. It's pretty smooth at the moment. We'll see how we go. So two route badges today, Rooftop Rendezvous and the other one. But what we're seeing in real time here is that the steering has disconnected just before I started pedaling. And I do have the connection failure. Here's another tip. If we click on that's now clickable. And we'll go back and put the steering on. So rather than pressing A, it is now clickable in the top left-hand corner for activating, or for getting the pair screen. Steering. Let's go. No signal. Knows it's there. Activating. Guess what was working perfectly before I started the stream? I'm going to do a power reset if that doesn't come back. It's going nowhere in a hurry, but okay, two cool things out of this. I am getting the connection failure on the top left-hand side, indicating that something is up. So I do like that. And it was working perfectly before I hit live. And the frame rates are around 46, 47 just riding solo. That's pretty scary. Usually this machine just pegs 60 frames a second. Anyway, let's give this a quick troubleshoot before we start off so I can get some steering happening. By troubleshooting, I mean I'm just going to turn it off and on again. Is that the magic sauce? I'm about to find out. It's paired to the Dorado XR. Whoa, it's going down on me. Well, hey! So check this out. That's its calibration slash... Here we go. We are back in action. But it will be interesting to see if it stays solid. No, and now it's gone again. How about that? Now we're back. But that was good. I do like seeing that in real time, rather than it just disappearing and me not having any clue what's going on. Awesome. I do like that. No manual turns. We are doing the, I think this is rooftop rendezvous, no, railways and connection failures is the route that we're doing today. New toys. Yeah, I've had the Rizer for a while. It's definitely going to be a long-term review when I get to the covering of the hardware itself, but the reason I'm hanging out is exactly the reason why you're seeing now. I need it to work every time, every single time, without failure. And what we saw there, it's not quite there within Zwift. And I do need to check Grand Theft Auto Bike, because this should, in theory, work perfectly with all of that. Now, steering on this course is going to be very interesting because the roads are so narrow anyway, and they're so winding. Sorry, I'll put that back on that screen. Jim, things are going well now we're up and running. Everyone's... but I also can confirm I have no resistance either. This is just spinning out on me. So what was a complete success yesterday with Bluetooth as changed its mind this morning. That is no hills. One from 3, we have the frame rate shown on the screen. There's a bonus. Not Chief, no. 12-speed Durace arrived this morning. What? Mainly Zwift ever RGT made the eyes are on Zwift. If you saw my video the other day about getting sued, it's about views that pays the bills. RGT, I'm across what they're up to. But to be honest, to produce RGT content would be a loss for me. It really would. So I'll try and stay where the eyes are. There are a lot of eyes on Zwift content. That's just how it is. There's V Cycling News, I believe, cover RGT quite extensively. So check out those guys. Alrighty. So frame rate hovering around 45. Steering device having issues with the reliability to Windows 11 over Bluetooth. It's still working fine. It was dropping out. Steering range on the Rizer. You can't go too far because your front fork will start hitting whatever it's connected to. It's never going to replicate steering outdoors because most of the time steering outdoors is done by leaning rather than actually steering. So it's just a game controller. Works well on the mountain bike side of things. Oh, we have resistance. Why do I have resistance on -1? Just going to try and reset the trainer. All fun and games. Connection failure. There we go. That's that. Pairing again. Morning, Jeffrey. 60k outdoor ride. Oh, bring it on. So the Dorado XR has been reset. Again, just showing what we can do now. We can click on this to get to the... You can see the riser response there. It's nice and quick. Those are quite the socks. Yeah, they're lake socks. And whilst we wait here, I suggest everyone go grab a coffee as we wait for the Bluetooth signal to pop up. On the Dorado XR, we have the rallies, we have the Quark. They're the 2 power meters I have on the bike. Come on, Dorado, you can do it. Or not. See, this is the part of indoor cycling that really needs addressing. This simply needs to work. Now, I'm not going to go on the Elite stuff about this. This is more Zwift and having to search everything. Someone's got 45 minutes to get a workout done. They don't want to piss around with this. And plus, here we go. Ha ha ha, you temperamental little boat driver. See that as soon as I plugged in the Amp Plus signal, how about that? Amp Plus. Yeah. All right. Let me remain calm. Maybe switch to FEC. Hey, the steering's still working. And there goes the heart rate. Holy hell. Steering works. Unbelievable, isn't it? What year is this? 1995? Just this. Last 9 minutes is why there needs to be change for these protocols. I do not buy, I'll stop whinging in a minute, give me a sec. I need to get this out first. I do not buy the excuse that there's too much shit here in the Lama lab. It's too many signals. Try and turn everything off. Try to do a fresh reset. Take that, stick it back up your dinner plate and fix this. So today's video, we are going to do fucking reset. Come on. Holy shit. Two routes, the rooftop one, and check out the steering. Look, steering here is now nice and responsive. All looking really good and working well. Resistance is now working. Is it really Zwift? Is it protocol? Is it window? It's all of the above. Got some jumpers there on the bridge. It's a bit inappropriate, I think, for the graphics. Off. Here we go. Regardless of what it is, it should be fixed. I am an end user who has the same problems as everybody else. And I'm not going to hide that. This shit should just turn on and work. It's not the environment. No, we're up and running now. But what I don't want to do is kick off a live stream where everything is just perfect and not show the shit that I go through to make it work. Now, you see I'm changing a lot. Trainers and devices and putting this thing on. But that, regardless if it's the first ride or the 400th ride, this stuff should turn on and work. And the reason why it doesn't is because there's no cohesion or I don't know what's the term for the industry to actually fix it. Amp Plus is good enough. Let's roll with it. Bluetooth's good enough. Let's roll with it. But when you have, So now for the rest of the ride, am I going to have connection failure on the screen? Suboptimal. Well, this is actually a tough little hill. I thought this was relatively flat. Getting me out of the saddle. Is the riser working? Is now that I press the button on top. Small technical detail that I missed in all the jumble there. Whew. It needs to be better. Look, I'm not here to solve that problem. I'm an end user. Unfortunately, all I can do is whinge about it. I think it's up to software companies, hardware companies to come together. If Amp Plus isn't good enough, get rid of it. If Bluetooth's not good enough, get rid of it. If only there was a company who would innovate and make their trainers work over Wi-Fi. Notice throughout all that the companion app worked perfectly. Oof, more hills. This is solid. This is actually solid. This is the Dorado XR. Was going to be an easier ride, but now I'm pissed off, so it's a few watt bombs being dropped. Whew. Yeah, physical Ethernet, you can have that, that's fine. But nobody has physical Ethernet, and you can't use that with... You're never going to be able to plug anything directly in. My Zwift FPS is capped at 60. So to have physical Ethernet, it's only one chip away from being Wi-Fi on 5 gig. Now the... Whew, what was even... I don't even know what my time was. It didn't set one. Okay. Alrighty, well the rise is going up and down. My heart rate's up, but you can't see that because the heart rate monitor somehow wrapped itself around the front door. Don't know how that happened. And down we go. We have double descent gradient on for Zwift. As Zwift halves the gradient descent of the trainer, the riser has an option to double that. So I'm getting true descents on here. This is the Rollways A. As you can see in the top menu bar there, Rollways A. Rollways and rooftops, I think it is. That should scroll, I think. Kick a climb or riser? Well, riser for now, because it has the combo of steering. If you're just doing workout mode, either or. Probably the... Oi, where am I going? Wrapped around the front door. No, look, I actually took it off and threw it across the room. That's why it's wrapped itself around the front door. Hey, Jeff, welcome along. Jeff's a member of the exclusive Gplama cycling club here on Zwift. Requires a secret handshake to get in. Whew. We are going down. Here's the riser doing its thing. Nah, I'm over whinging. It doesn't do anything. I just get no subs. And people disappear. But we have it documented, my start of the ride there, which was a complete shit show for trying to pair everything and getting it working. The steering isn't bad on here. It works well. It's nice and responsive. You can see that on screen. Thank you, Spooky. There's a coffee. I'll be getting a coffee straight after this ride. We have a long drive coming up today. No Lama drives, though. I've spammed enough content out at the end of this week to distance myself between old mate Chevron and what I do for work. So, last video for the next couple of days today. It's nice and responsive. You can see it going up and down. You cannot steer off the road. No, it has safety barriers there. S. Miller says, right on. That's meta in the metaverse. Hey, look at those Lama jerseys. How good are these? Okay, so 16 minutes in, we are rock solid with the steering. Steering is over Bluetooth. Woohoo! We've flipped back to Amp Plus FEC. That appears to be working quite well. Heart rate's gone because I threw the heart rate strap off. Yes, Grand Theft Auto Bike does work with this device, which I'll cover in depth in my full review of the riser. Off! We have resistance. How is the climber belt going to snap if they don't include a belt? Well, there is a point it can snap at, of course. It's a connection point. There. With progress, there's no escaping the risk. I've seen the internals. It looks pretty strong. We'll see how it goes. I'm confident enough to put my gravel bike on here. Rip out a few sprints. It's quite interesting how they've solved the issue of the bike not just moving on one plane. When the bike goes up and steers, it changes angles. Okay, first route badge done. I'm going to switch over to rooftops and rendezvous in just one moment. I've got to get my screenshot ready. Now, which one is the finish? That one. Bang! There we go. Screenshotted and done. Okay. Close the gap. We are done. So that's another route badge done. So that's 2 of 8 plus 1. The plus 1 we can't get to until they start running criteriums. Alrighty. Good question, Jeff. No, it hasn't labelled you as a club member. I think that's all just on the account side of things. This isn't a club ride. This is just me free riding. I'm just about to switch over. If you want to follow my clicks, 7.9. We've got to do at least 8Ks. Ready? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Ching! Zwift Bitcoins. Powered up. Alrighty. Now over to the other rooftop ride. Let's get this one done and ride. So here's where we went just now. I think the next one's very, very similar. Stop asking me that. Badge 2. What am I going to buy with the 13.7mm drops? Well, not the new bike or wheel set that came in. They were pretty ordinary this month. Just saving them up. Just saving them up. Railways and rooftops. Rooftop rendezvous. Okay, so that's where we were just then with the lead-in. And this one goes... What's different? Oh, it goes the reverse. Okay, so similar spaghetti jungle. 81 meters. I really thought 90 meters of climbing wasn't going to be a lot. That had some pushback. So I think multiple laps of those, either of these, will be interesting for a race. Lead in 2.4K. So we're up for a 8K ride for the next one. 60 frames a second. Smoking along. Dare I go to the pairing screen? Oh, it makes me nervous. I'm going to drop into Rooftop Rendezvous. That was the one I was after, I think, wasn't it? Now I should have no connection. That's gone. Alrighty. Let's go. 6.2Ks with a huge lead in. You can see the progress bar at the top there. Steering, rock solid. There we go. Happy days. I find if I jump on Bluetooth and everything just works. It'll work for most of the session, or all of it. Most of the time. Nah. Something did disconnect, yes. I had a heart rate monitor that I took off. Climbing action versus the kicker climb. Luke, identical. It can't really do much different. It goes up and down. The one additional thing the riser has over the kicker is the ability to double the descent. Because Zwift halves the descent. If you're going down, again, sorry to repeat this if people already know that, but I think it's important. If you're going down a negative 10% gradient on Zwift, Zwift will only ever send 5%, half of that to your trainer. And because that's what the riser and the climb go off of for their gradient, you'll only ever get negative 5 physically. Elite have a little toggle box to say double it on Zwift, and you get the full. That's pretty neat. Ideally, Elite shouldn't need to do that workaround. That should be an option within Zwift. How's that, Thelma? Or did you do both? Best chopper read impression I can do, Belly, this morning. The riser does work with the kicker, but just a little different in the way that it takes its gradient. It doesn't pull the gradient sent to the trainer. It looks at the power you're doing and your cadence or speed. I think it's power and speed, and estimates what gradient you're on. Going up and down. I'll wait till they hit the gradient and I'll switch screens. Busy times here on Neokyo. Oh, Jeff's just behind me there. Let's go, let's go. Yes, 'tis the season to be a Swifting. The weather closing in the Northern Hemisphere. Down here in Australia, where you use it to keep away from the heat. Good Saturday so far. Took little Maxie to the local bakery. He loves the bakery in the mornings. Little guy running around. Off. Up, up, up. FPS right indeed. So down at 42 frames a second. So there's no question about it. Neokyo is pretty hard on system resources, as we'd expect with all the detail. Off. It is Las Vegas. Absolutely it is. Maybe we'll drop in and see a virtual Britney show in the new Zwift metaverse. Thanks, Align, if I'm reading your username correctly. Okay, how am I getting the frame rates on the screen? There is a mod that you can do to your preference file or your graphics preference file. If you type in Zwift FPS hack or Zwift FPS on screen, our friends over at ZwiftInsider.com have a little detail on how to do that. And I thought I'd put that up on the screen for today's ride as part of what I'm testing, just to show people how this thing is maxing out the system pretty well. As for what it's maxing out, I have to dive deeper into that. CPU cores, or the graphics card. I am running an NVIDIA RTX 2060. So not a slow graphics card. This is capped at 60 frames a second with the VSync on the screen that I'm using. Usability wise, it's fine. Whew. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting I've got that big thing on the screen there. Oh, this is only the lead-in. You're kidding me. I thought I'd step it up a bit. I'm wasting my time. Whew. And here are the starts. There are two banners. Why is there two banners? We go off. Darren, this course is quite different to the others. It really is. This is a made-up course. It's a very twisty and turny. It's very confusing to know which way's left and right and up and down or north and south. The other ones have a more real-world... Hey, kitty. The other ones have a more real-world feel to them. Personally, I associate cycling with Watopia. Big long straights, big long climbs, a couple of little cityscapes and things. Even volcanoes. We have some extinct volcanoes around here that I ride up in real life. This stuff is just... This is more the gamification of things. I think Zwift are playing both sides of the two-sided dice. Coming up with some crackers today. Yes, Dorado XR. I still think the Dorado XR is the best trainer Elite have made. Generation-wise, it's the Dorado. Was it the Dorado X, the Dorado XR? The XRT is the same as the XR. So I think this is the third generation Dorado. But they've learnt a lot from the Drivo, which had 2 generations, maybe 2.5 generations of that. And it's really surprising to see the Dorado XR is now their top of the range. The Drivo has been retired. Like my FTP, that retired a long time ago. Okay, so for the last 20 minutes or so, the steering has been rock solid, so no dropout connection issues on the top. And if you didn't catch it before, you can mouse over. You see now I'm mousing over that. You can click on that now. That might be worth a Zwift tip. Hasn't been a lot of small things changing on Zwift recently for me to do Zwift tips, but that'll be one right there. That'll also work on touchscreen off. Climbing out of the saddle and steering, On the riser, no problems at all. Actually, it's one of the best parts of it. And you'll see that in my video discussing this on the mountain bike course. Car sick. Yeah, it's going to be the same as more climbs. New York. Some people just didn't like the feeling of New York. Corner. And crash. Oof. Oof. Give the runner some space. Sprinted on the Dorado since the update? I believe so. It's been in rotation for Lama lab tests, and that includes a peak power test. Yep, seems okay. Oh, sorry, Jeff. Oh, hold on. I got lost on New York quite a lot. I'm going to get lost in this. I will be using the up north arrow that you see there on the phone. Quite a lot to know where I am or know which direction I'm going. Oof. Bit scared of the edge. I'll go over to the middle. Now I'm not getting oh, there we are. I was going to say I'm not getting the drop down on the comm times, but there they are. I'm just not going fast enough. I do not own a Fitbit, so no. Jamie, I'm all for that. A car park KOM. Yes. Yes. Tight corners, say 9 levels, car park KOM, I'm all for that idea. Boom! How slow was I? 142nd. Is it all downhill from here? I hope so. Yeah, a Pritch car park com. Yep, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Someone's a popular guy. Hey, Scotty. No races on here. I haven't seen any races pop up on here. I'm not sure if anybody has selected it for a race or a ride. It was fresh. It's so fresh. Usually for meetups, they wait a few days to really... Whoa, okay, my nose is going down. New York in the late 1890s. Only if we had those original safety bikes to ride around on. Inside line, ready? We'll take some inside lines here. You can see me making up ground. Not changing pace, just remaining the same, but my position is chop. Take out Jeff's front wheel. It'd be nice if they linked all the worlds, so you could just go for one big ride. If this is not your thing, just keep riding elsewhere. Chop. Chop. The riser is getting a workout. Yeah, that's why I'm cutting the lines here. And if I chop in here, yeah, look at that ground I made up at. I was doing 1.5. The other guy was doing 1.7, I think. I have to look at the numbers closely, but that's a huge advantage, taking those shorter lines through those really tight corners. Massive advantage. Where are we heading? This way. And we're done! I'll keep riding for a little bit. Where's my route badge? There we go. That's 3 from 8 plus 1. Okay, I'll set myself a challenge. Let's go and find... to get up this hill. Let's go and find the transition from this to Mercury. I'll see if I can navigate my way around. Just to test if I'm able to use this map. So that's north. I need to get up there. How do I... What's the fastest way for me to get over that way? Okay, U-turn coming up if anyone's riding with. Jeff. U-bolt. And wait for it. Hey, oi. The U-turn bug's been fixed. Wilson convenience stores, okay. To do multiple routes, you have to at least exit to the menu and pre-select that route. You can't just keep riding and knock off all the routes at once. I'm guessing the back-end system needs you to be registered for one particular route only per ride. Okay, left or right, left or right, left or right. Oh, that's one hell of an intersection. Oh, okay, we're going right. I wanted to go straight there, so we're going to go left or right there, but there's only straight. This should be good. This should take us all the way down towards the junction of the new and old. Is it another Dance Dance Revolution? No, he's just dancing on the... All right. 10%, come on. Who put that there? So steering in whilst out of the saddle, totally possible. How many non-HQ events are steering, if any? I'm not sure. Frame rates, when we're up above everything, looking good, 57, 56 frames per second. Silky smooth on the screen here. Dropping down to about 43 or 40 in town. Alrighty. So after our original hiccups of connectivity and heart rate and Bluetooth, we're on FEC, it's working perfectly. And the steering, which is over Bluetooth, is working well now too. What's going on there? Okay, one moment. This is sort of an Easter eggy type thing. There, right, what's going on here? I can't go down. The game happening of some sort. The metaverse expands. They're actually kicking the ball to each other too. There we go, you heard it here. EA, FIFA 2022 will include cycling. The Elite Rizer Smart thingy, is it worth it? Look, if you want to steer around like this, sure. If you're doing primarily indoor training, workouts, no, not for workouts. But it all comes down to Zwift. What they're going to do with the gamification of it. If there was coins I could pick up on screen, like this, with more XP or drops, sure, but they really haven't done much with steering for the last year. The mountain bike course with it is phenomenal. If they really wanted to expand things out, make a mountain bike loop, not just a mountain bike course you have to ride a road bike to then do a mountain bike course, to then go back to the road. Doesn't make any sense. And that's different to the jungle. The jungle still has standard lane steering like it does in Free World here. But the mountain bike course is actual proper steering. Regarding the animation style, I think everything on Zwift is pretty basic. If you jump on your latest PlayStation, Xbox, whatever PC games, it's not even close. But I think it is to keep things simple. It is a cycling training platform that's wrapped around a game. And given it has to run on pretty standard machines. France music, yeah, it's free, royalty-free music. Short backstory on my video that I did on this yesterday, the standalone video, not the live stream, of all the Zwift updates. Am I lost again? No, we're on track. The sound, oh no. Oh no. I can't turn there, can I? All right, we'll keep riding until we find it. The Japanese-style tune that Zwift played on their Neokyo little 26-second short is copyrighted. So when I put that on and played a little video to showcase this as an intro to cover the updates, ping, I couldn't publish that video. So Zwift obviously have gone out and bought the rights for that music. So I couldn't play it in mine. Hence why if you watch the other video, you'll see me just playing the Zwift intro video over top. Are we back to where we're... All right, we're learning. Yeah, they needed a way to show elevations above or below. That's got me caught up in this pickle right here. I thought I could just head towards the tunnel, which hasn't happened. They need a better way to visualize that. So now we're going to turn left and start going south when I need to go north. I am definitely lost, and I think I predicted this. Oh, shit. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm going to have to go all the way. It's all good training, isn't it? Oh, my nose is on the ground. Have the Wahoo Kicker up and running next week. Good stuff. The Volcano will do that too, yeah, with the overlapping. They just need a better way to just differentiate. That map up the top there should at least be in 3D. Take away a few of the graphical cats on screen that are taking up resources and just make that map 3D. Are we there yet, Jeremy? I'm lost, mate. Dots on the screen are people I've added as friends, so we have some friends. At least this is downhill, hey? But look, initially I was like, give me cycling, give me Flanders, give me out in the open. I guess my perspective has changed after being chevroned last week. It's nice to be back on the bike and just riding what the hell ever. So I've mellowed in the last week. They don't make us ride this. Watopia's always there. Our second love on Zwift is there to ride. First being Jarvis. And do expect some more Gplama Cycling Club rides. Woohoo! You saw a little hint of that in my last video and my last ride. Zwift are expanding. It is FutureWorks, beta by any other name. And I was lucky enough, after 6.5 years of banging on pedals for Zwift, I get to participate in something new, very new, which is the club's beta. It's been around for a while for people who are running existing events, but this allows someone like me to... No, the rooftops, get the hell off the rooftop. Sorry. That's what caught me out before, wasn't it? We went that way, thinking I could go straight. Okay, cool. Was that Jeff going the other way? I'll just ease up. Good luck trying to spin around on that. We'll just ease up for a little bit. So, clubs allows me to create the Gplama club. Here's just some insight. Again, it's all Future Works, it's not embargoed, so we can talk about it. It will be coming soon for other riders, or give other people the ability to do the same. So coming soon. What is cool though is I can spin up an event, send out a link to people, they can click on it and join. Anybody can join my events. That's the turning point for people being able to run their own rides, their own events. I can use Zwift as my own platform to do Gplama rides presented by Gplama. I can run my own. There are results too, so we can run races. They won't be on Zwift Power or anything, but we can do invite only, members only. We start in the pens, not on the side of the road. What else about that can we talk about that I know about? Oh, and if you're a member of the club, now you can only be a member of one club when it's beta, so it's a bit tricky that way. Hang on, let's do a decision. Holy, what the? Okay. The answer is I don't know. Let's try and keep going straight. North is that way. Is there a Google Maps for this? So if you're a member of the club, you don't need to be a member of the club to do the events. If you get the link, I can send those out. I don't think there's a TTT yet. They're just group rides. So again, still beta and limited. But if you're a member of the club and I publish an event, it will show up on your event list, in your public event list, which is super cool. Things won't just be tucked away. Tim, jump over to the Zwift forums. There's probably a post there about Future Works clubs, the betas, the status of where it's at. I was accepted into I had to put in an application. I was accepted, so I spun an event up straight away. But it is cool. It is exactly what Zwift should have had for a long time. They do give up a little bit of control over who runs what on their platform. I guess they can still approve or disapprove events or delete them or something. But just very cool. Now, I'm not... Oh, you're kidding me. I'm not going to be able to turn there, am I? Shit. We need to do a U-turn. Coming up next on Lama's Lost. A full century ride just trying to find the exit to Neokyo. No, not in the US. Australia. Lama Lost. Ciao. How are we, Illy? U-turn bug is fixed. Okay, so back to this. There we go. Okay, so this intersection. Yeah, right. Right, left. Right, left. Oh, is that right enough? Or is that straight? Oh, hell no. How the hell do I get back there then? I'm stuck. There's no way to get off that. We are stuck on the roof. How? Downtown to get off. Probably need a chevron. Why is there so many intersections? I can't take any of those roads. You're on the upper level. How the hell do I get off the upper level? Where's the... So if I go around to the left... Hang on, I'm upside down. Left, left, left. And I keep going left. No, I can't. Up on the rail. I think so. Head back to the back. Mate, I can't even get off this road. If I had to stop doing U-turns trying to figure it out, I probably would have ended up on the floor anyway. Or the ground level, and it would have been fine. Now here I am doing U-turns, getting completely lost. Every parking. Railway East, come on. Okay, chat. Help me out here. Oh, I'm stuffed now. There's the K. So that's a... Oh, shit. Where am I going? Yeah, anytime I can give up and go straight to the fridge, we're good. Okay, so this is the start of A route. There's no downs here at all, is there? Let's... Roof... Let me figure this out. Okay, so there's no way to get down off that at all. That loops around to the rooftop. Someone who knows is laughing their ass off at me at the moment. Zwift HQ, the map designers are like, lol, it's right there. Here I am going, WTF. I have no idea. To me, that's all just connected to the same thing. Round and round the rooftop. I'm trying to get... It didn't give me the option to go. I've got no idea. I seriously have no idea. No clues. Am I stuck on the rooftop? There's the monorail if anyone was asking. %. I honestly didn't think it was going to be this hard to try and find my way out. No idea. No idea. Whenever I try and do a turn, I'm in a worse position. Oh, sorry, I missed the chat. Stop and ask directions. I'm having deja vu. We're back at FIFA. RIP Apple Watch support. I'm the companion app. No, I did call this a spaghetti jungle. This is going to be a massive tapeworm. Scott Cooper, now the lawyers know where to find me. Just address my documents to Neokyo rooftops. No need to go to Redbubble. Although they did get $3,500 from them, so. Thanks for bearing with me. How are the frame rates going? Oh, don't give me that. The no way out bug. Look, I wouldn't put it past them. There are a number of push harder. I'm disappointed. I can't push it anymore. What? Wouldn't put it past them that there is an intersection that you can't turn out of. There's probably about 40 people on here trying the same thing. Everyone on screen here. There you go, D Creamer, 110 Ks. Poor dude's probably on trying to only get one badge right. Where the hell's the exit? Did I try turning it on and off again? See the start of the stream for that. This is hilarious. Now I've already hit 700 watts, although that may have put me into the twilight zone of... You know what this is? You ready? This is like IKEA. Neokyo is IKEA. You walk in the front door, you ain't getting out until you wind your way around every single aisle. Are there any IKEA staff members here who know the secret shortcuts? The Infini Pretzel. Once you start, you cannot stop. Decatora. Is that the right pronunciation? Is it Decatora? They're the food trucks that don't have food. They're not food trucks. IKEA Richmond. I missed that place. I haven't been to Melbourne for months. Oh, would it be a year? Might even be close to a year since I've been to Melbourne. Phenomenal. Did you get a horse sausage while you were there? Like at Bunnings. All right. We're heading south. Exactly what I don't want. So let's play the game, Zwift. Let's play the game. I don't want to exit the rooftop. I want to stay on the roof. Can it hear me? It knows, doesn't it? Maybe Lama will have a beer before Shane gets out of here. Plausible. He has a lot more hair than I do. Okay, there's a lot of downhill here, which means if I get stuck, I'm going to go back up the hill. Place. They should have trolled everyone and made one of these routes like a 100k lead in for a 2k route or something. Unless I'm part of this trolling experiment now. I did not even bring any food for this ride. I didn't need to. There were 2 short route badge rides. There's a lot of downhill happening here. You see downtown head there. Okay, I'll dodge anything called rooftop. I think we've covered the rooftop. Every square centimetre with the steering. The next turn will determine your future. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, let's hit the future at full blast with an aero helmet. Okay, come on. Not rooftops. Not rooftops. Don't care. Don't care. We've done rooftops. Please. Steering's working well. Steering's working well. We haven't had to resort to the hot tub just yet. Although, it's there ready to go. But this is where I was before. We've made this turn before, methinks. Yeah, we have. And with full confidence. Like, I'll just head over here. Only going to be streaming another couple of minutes. Thanks, everyone, for viewing. Yeah, an hour later, we're still here. No downtown at next turn. Okay. See, look at this. Look at this. I don't know where to go from here. If we give out ride-ons, is that good luck? Yeah, the steering works quite well. It's still lane choosing in this world, but it gives the illusion that you're free world steering. Okay. Anyone? Downtown? 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 Railway it's an elevated railway. I'm not waiting for you, chat. I'm not waiting for you. I can't wait. We're going downtown. Bloody hell, I hope it goes down. It's looking good. It's closer. Look. Ground level. This is like me getting the milestones, isn't it? I'm going to have to celebrate when we hit the ground. Oh, it's going. You can see the riser. Hang on. See that? See? It's going down. It's going down. Don't anybody bring this up in the Zwift cast. That my directional skills are bloody useless. Downtown again? Oh, look, and I don't care. I just don't want to go back that way. Okay. I don't care that I'm even heading this way. Yep, we can turn. We can go. Yep. I'm okay with this. For now. We are ground level. Thanks everybody for sticking around with this. I've got lots of other videos I could be making right now that are quite informal. We have some firmware updates. We have a few tips and tricks for the radar. We have some new trainers to look at. We have a couple of new power meters. Nope. Lama wastes his time getting lost on rooftops. Downtown means nothing. Exactly right. They're like the sidewalk. We call them footpaths. Is it a UK thing? Anybody from the UK? What do you call your sidewalks or footpaths? Are they footpaths? Likely the same as us because we're... the Rizer will not work on the Tax Neo, no. Sky? No, let's not go to the sky. Castle Park. Which is straight, which is, according to this map, is what we're after. Yep. Pavement, okay. Footpaths, yeah, I thought it might have been the same as the UK, given where, a lot of Aussie stuff is based off the UK. It's just a little bit more criminal, hey, from about 200 years ago when we all got shipped out here. Well, some of us. I'm not including me on that, of course not. I was merely born into this. Harbour Castle Park. Harbour. So that's a right. Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to get there. So what I'll showcase, if you haven't seen it yet, Born a Criminal. I'm not sure. I think I was born innocent. It's those Germans who think otherwise. I love Germany. Harbour or Arcade? Arcade, here we go. Look forward to getting back over to Eurobike. At a random year in the future, which I will not define, so I'm not handcuffed at the airport. And I'll have to come in via another country. I am joking. Everything is good. Everything's fine now. Yeah, I'd make a horrible Uber driver. You'd never get where you're going if I was driving an Uber. Uber Eats, on the other hand, well, I'd eat all your chips. Well, actually, there you go. Spin diesel. Could actually make some money out of that, couldn't I? Your trip was only 3 kilometres? Well, that'd be $400, thank you. It took all afternoon. The UK was interesting. Flying into the UK for the first time after travelling through Europe and the US, where everything is on the other side of the road, which is difficult for me to understand. Going to the UK, it felt like home. Again, a lot of Australia is based in the UK. Most of our suburbs and cities are named after places in the UK. I'm originally from Horsham, which is in the UK. I lived in Box Hill in Melbourne. There's Canterbury, there's Surrey Hills. What else in Melbourne is named after that? Richmond. So driving into the UK, sitting there having breakfast one morning on the sidewalk, footpath, trail, whatever you call it. It felt like being at home. It was nice. Okay, arcade. You're 5 minutes from Horsham in the UK. Unfortunately, I'm 2 hours from Horsham here in Victoria. Kensington, Croydon, there we go. There are some interesting names here in Australia. A lot of traditional names. And the lake I'm near is Wendouree. And there's a million different dialects, or probably thousands, let's be serious, probably thousands, tens of thousands of dialects or languages in Australia. And a lot of them, I believe, are either like go away. So when the settlers came along, they were like, that was what they were telling them, like, okay, that's what this place is called. Kirrirup, Doncaster. Right. Alrighty, so where are we? We're lost off the map. We are still heading towards the top there. We're still on track the long way around. And I'm starving hungry because I only factored in about a half-hour ride. I do appreciate everybody joining in for the live. Rocky start, getting everything paired and working. But let's recap what we're here for. Frames per second. Let's watch that drop a little bit or even rise. So top of the corner there, I've done a short little hack to these Zwift graphics config files. If you want to know how to do that for your own systems, for Windows and Mac, yes, PC and Mac, jump over to Zwift Insider and search for FPS on screen or something like that. You'll find it and what to do. People reporting that Neokyo was stressing systems pretty hard because of all the detail, and yes, it is. And here's my frames per second. How does it look through the arcade? Not too bad. Hasn't dropped below 40. I'm running an NVIDIA RTX 2060 graphics card. Pretty beefy for what it is. Things are smooth on the screen. I like the carpet. I want that in the Lama lab. Second was the steering. On this course, I wanted to check out whether the steering was just a waste of time or whether it was too confusing, given that the roads are pretty narrow. But if you saw me on the rooftop, just choosing better lines like I am now, it was a huge advantage to have steering on such the tight corners. So that was cool. What else are we checking out? The riser, up and down. Working well. Let's put that on the screen for here. So steering and elevation, well, there's zero elevation happening here, but even out of the saddle, no problems at all. Look at that, that's rock solid. So there's a wrap up of what we're looking at today. That's what the ride was all about. As for me getting lost, let's not talk about that. I wasn't lost. I was exploring. It is the same PC running Zwift and streaming, so it probably does affect the frames per second. A little bit. Here we go. We have some friends. Right on, friends. And now we have a lot wider road. The steering, you can see, has a lot more range on screen when I can. Whoa, that's huge. That's a ton of road to steer across. Oi. Rice paddies, we're going home, people. We're going home. Somebody mentioned in comments before on one of my videos that when they went from the old Umazi to the new, so from, I get confused with the words, Neokyo to Mercury Islands, or is it Mercury Islands to Umazi, whichever. When you switch between this part of the world and the older part of the world, Apple TV just stuttered a little bit and jolted, or there was a noticeable jump. I haven't seen it myself. I haven't ridden this on Apple TV. My theory there may be that this is resource intense. There's a ton. This was 900 meg or 700 meg in downloads. Huge, massive. So I'm guessing there's a ton of resources here that get loaded and then may unload and reload for the other world or the other part of the map as you move from one to the other. Just a guess of what's going on. Apple TVs are they're not gaming systems. They don't have a ton of RAM. They don't have a ton of graphical capability. They do well for what they are and for what they cost. We're going left around the roundabout as we do, so as not to confuse me. On the original 4K, not the newest 4K. There was no stuff. Okay, cool. Where's Lama? Lama's lost. We're going home back to Mercury. We'll go through to the hour on screen here, which will be another 10 minutes. I can do math. Basic math. Just don't ask me which direction to go. Gravel bike needs cleaning. Yeah, it does. Oh, sorry. I have that on the other screen. I'm just flipping between them. No, I like a dirty gravel bike. It looks like it's been ridden. The road bike, on the other hand, has to be... All right, Jeremy, you're 10 seconds back. I'll ease up. And here is it daytime or nighttime? We don't know until we cross the corner. Let's get back. Have they updated the graphics off? Here's something interesting with the bug that we found yesterday that you see on the phone that I'm riding straight, but it's not there on screen. But there's another little older road on the top map up here. So whether that was the original route they intended, don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be updated soon. It was pretty funny seeing that on the live stream though. I'm like, hang on, what's going on here? Good to see people in the stream chat and on screen. Thanks for joining along. Now we're back to, look at the frames. Check out the frame rate. 60 frames a second. Boom. That was a noticeable difference. Okay, so we're going to ride for another 9 minutes here, and I'll grab this file and throw it over on Zwiftalizer.com just to see the graph. And I'm sure there's going to be a uptick as we go into Mercury Islands, Umazi, the original section. Farmland, let's go to the farmland. So turning right. I want to race. No. I need lunch. I'm starving. Oh, head on. Density of other riders potentially. I know when you do a massive group ride, it does affect it. So that's very plausible. Though we are having there's a lot of riders coming up now that it's the spawn point. So we'll see how it goes. Extra detail and geometry of the city. Absolutely, there's a lot more going on. Even though the trees here are quite complex, well, I think they are. Not as complex as what's on screen throughout the city. 52, 51 frames a second. Cool, cool. Steering has been rock solid. Okay, good. Recovery helps. Only if you're at the top and I can spawn next to you at the top to ride down. Oh, hello friend, coming in the other way. Can we drop a ride on right at the right time? Yes, we can. Race pink, I know, no races today. RRP of the steerer, coming soon in my video. It's, in Aussie dollars, I think it's around 1,200 Aussie dollars. US, I'm not sure. All those stats I'll cover in my video that I'll do on the Rizer. Coming up soon. Frame rates are still about, what's that, 8 or 9 higher in this world. How is it different, Russell? Are you getting the different shadows, the different, the shine off the road on the Apple TV? No steering functionality with the kicker climb, just the up and down. Can I use my platform to advocate for Zwift to recreate famous climbs instead of the more game-like courses? I think everybody's voice is as loud as mine. It really is. I've screamed and shouted about a lot of stuff. Kicker Direct Connect being one of them. No luck there. But if you have an idea for Zwift, throw it over on their forums. There's a little vote thing that people will vote with. And if people come up with a really good idea, the votes will go through the roof. As for recreating farmlands, people, farmlands, take the easy road. As for recreating harder rides, such as the Stelvio or things like that, very rare do they do that. We have the Mont Ventoux, we have Alpe d'Huez. I'd like, Paris-Roubaix or Milan-San Remo or something like that. But I think it's more about the experience. You can have like with racing outdoors, you can be on the most boring course, but have brilliant racing. Or you can have an awesome course and terrible racing. I think it's more about the social experience they're focusing on. Fuji, yeah, look, there we go, Fuji. That's one, Spin Diesel, on the money. I thought we were going to get Fuji for the Olympics. That didn't eventuate. It's still there though. Steve D, let me know how it goes. Once you've done it on the Mac Mini, the M1, jump over and leave a comment on my video, any of my videos. I see all the comments. To let me know how it goes. The M1 Max just arrived yesterday. That's my work machine for videos and editing rather than Zwifting. I will load Zwift just to see how it looks, but it's not a gaming machine. I don't think, actually I know that Zwift don't have a version of Zwift for the M1 either. Velodrome will only work with steering because Velodrome's all about getting speed off the bank. So you need steering for a Velodrome. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Appreciate to see those results. If you put a link in the comment, it may be held in quarantine. I run a tight ship for comments, but I still will set it in the quarantine. I don't believe there's any optimizations for the M1s, Pro or Max. When will I stream next? Not sure. Probably mid next week. We'll take the weekend off. Get some real riding done outdoors. And then back at it next week for Monday. I'm always keen to stream something new. If I'm looking at something, if I'm testing something out. So today's stream, again as a recap, looking at the frames per second on the new sections of road versus this, with the frame rates on the screen. The steering, how that went. Once all paired and all up and running, that was quite good. The riser going up and down, and ticking off a few of those route badges. So I like to have something interesting to stream. Day in, day out. Nobody wants to see a bald dude suffer indoors. Having said that, when I actually do really suffer, that's when I get the most views. You're all very cruel, but I get it. Change lane. With the steering, I just turn here. If you want to change lane on the road or direction you're heading when you come to an intersection, arrow keys or little task bar or an action bar down below will pop up. Thanks for subscribing, Chris. Do appreciate that. Keeps the channel ticking along. I've been in positive subscriber growth every single day for the last 5 years, I think it has been on the channel. 4.5 years. Every single day, positive subscriber growth. So that's really cool. It's not the most exciting content out there. It's not. This is on Twitch. Yes, Pat. Yep. The content doesn't appeal to absolutely everybody. I get that. But it's good to see there's enough interest for me to keep doing what I'm doing. And hopefully if you've seen some of my content and you've learned something new, you either went and purchased something that's worked well for you, as it has me, or maybe you've avoided something that hasn't worked very well for me. But always go and look at other reviews too. There's a few great other reviewers out there that I'm good friends with. All the conclusions we do, all of the videos we do are made independently. So I have a certain experience. Ray, Des, a few others, they'll present their own experiences. And what's really good is when you go and watch their new videos they publish and things line up, you're like, good, validates what I've done. So I like that. Hambini has an interesting tactic of getting views and attention. Professionally, he's for what he does, he's brilliant. These videos on bearings were really, really good. Let's go through to 30Ks. Given there's a few questions coming through. But if you saw my video the other day, how you get views, how you get attention, it doesn't matter. It all pays the bills. So how you play the game. But his technical stuff is really good. So there's no optimization for the M1 Mac. I think it's still early days, and I don't think anybody buys an M1 Mac to run Zwift on. Not as a primary Zwift machine. But it's just another platform they have to support. So their builds are getting more and more complex. And I think contributes to the delay in any updates or patches. So it's PC, it's Mac. It's Mac M1 if they do that, Android, iOS, tvOS. Oh, I went and bought this one just for Zwift. But if I have the choice of what I'm going to buy just for the most optimal experience on Zwift, it's a PC with an NVIDIA card. You bought an M1 just for Zwift, laptop or mini? Bold. Personally, I'd wait, or I would wait, I am waiting, to see what they do with the native M1 support. This game is on mobile, Alicia? Yep. iPad, iOS, Android. Why do I have to finish on the climb? Laptop, bold. Yeah, let's go through to 30Ks, Lama. Up a damn hill. See, I think the road elevation graphs or change to the mini-map would be handy here too. There we go, 2 1080s and SLI, nice one. Another undocumented change on Zwift. When you click on any of the menus, it gives a click sound. That wasn't in the notes. And I'll show you in a minute, if I remember before we shut off. Oh, why am I toasted 180 watts? That where the watts and RPM and heart rate are shown on screen, that's clickable. Rather than having to press A or go back to the main menu. I think Zwift need Climb Pro in-game. That would be cool. Woo! Rizer's getting a workout. Where's the pink guy? Where'd he go? There he is. No, touch wood, baby llama at daycare. Knocked me around last year, big time. Castle outskirts, 500 meters. Farmlands, everyone, farmlands. $400 meters and we're going to call it a day. Bit of a longer stream than I expected, given that I got lost in the technicalities of pairing everything, then got lost on the rooftop. Zwift racing, no. My days are mostly outdoors at the moment. Longer 3-hour rides on the gravel bike. There's just something about a 2.5 hour to 3 hour ride that is different to indoors. You can't just step off the bike. Yeah, daycare, centre for bugs. Yeah. Yeah, we've got Maxie in daycare 4 days a week, which is good. And the days he's not in daycare, I have to time my video recording around sleep times. It's all time management. It's good. Alrighty, as we wrap up, thank you everybody for joining along with the stream. Thank you for putting up with my frustrations early on. But if you want to rewind back and see some real world issues with pairing everything, getting everything up and running, it's all there on the stream. I really hope the industry, Zwift, all involved looking at making pairing things better. We did see the connection issue pop up on screen to indicate there was a connection issue. So small steps are being made. Oh, finishing with a downhill. Oi! So, I do appreciate we had over 200 people watching me just rant along. I can talk about this shit all day long and all night long and in my sleep. Just ask my wife and little Lama. Yeah, been a big week. We're over the hump of last week. We got some content back in and put a gap between me and certain t-shirt designs. So that's good to have that all behind me. Do appreciate the support received for that. Interesting how that unfolded. I don't usually do clickbait. Technically, that wasn't clickbait. That was how shit went down, and my word, did it go down. All sorted though. Paula, sorry, just wrapping up the ride here. Giving some ride-ons to some friends. So from here, again, wrapping up what we saw today. Frame rates, yes, a little lower on Neokyo. Look at my dude just flying along. The frame rates are a little lower on Neokyo with the RTX 2060. Was it a negative impact of the ride? No, it played just fine. We will need to join a massive ride. So hopefully the hump day ride or something. Oh, there's the left-hand turn back into the rice paddies. Hang on. They're calling that the rice paddies? Oh, no, sorry, it's the next intersection. Yeah, they'll go to the other one. I'm keen to see what the other... How far have we got to go? Oh, I was going to see, I wanted to know what they've called the other world. Anyway, so frame rates, yes, it was lower in the new world compared to even just this section. So I'll go put those through the Zwift. Steering worked really well. You saw in the tight corners, I was getting an advantage through the corners. What else are we looking at? The up and down, up the riser, which is still doing its thing, which is right here, just worked. Unfortunately, not a lot of hot tub work today. Maybe we'll come back with some hot tub work another day for a longer ride when we need to cool down. Do appreciate everybody joining along in the ride itself. Have a look at my previous video if you want to see the Gplama Cycling Club. Look out for that. Here, I'll give you a quick little sneak before we dive into lunch. It exists, the Gplama Cycling Club. It's still beta, future works, it's very limited. I can spin up events myself and invite everyone along. Anybody can join with a link. Super happy with that. So we have a couple of little members there. And Ray Maker says, I was told there's a free t-shirt upon sign up. I hope that wasn't a bait and switch. Always one for a laugh, Mr. DC Rainmaker. Anyway, everybody have a really great weekend. I'm off for some family time. Looking forward to that. Just enjoy your day. Go out, ride bikes, and have some fun. 60 frames a second. Perfect. Have a great weekend, all. See you soon.